On to you, Aries. How you Aries are doing? You have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and then you have the Three of Cups. So what's going on here for you, Aries, pretty much? How y'all doing, by the way? So interesting. There's a lot for you to actually rejoice of and actually feel very good about. A lot of you Aries actually understand that the hard work that you Aries been putting in for the past year is working out. It's pretty much been working out the whole year for you, but it's going to work out even more in 2026. So again, long-term goals, even right now, as of right now, things are working out just fine for you, Aries. And again, I can't wait for you, Aries, to get into next year and moving forward, because y'all have some pretty amazing things happen. That's more than likely going to happen for you in a good way. And Three of Cups here just represents, you plan on you're celebrating now, and you plan on celebrating with the people who essentially have been there for you. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Like I said before about the spring cleaning thing for you, Aries, it's been a point where, the Nine of Pentacles here is about how you went on the spring cleaning, you are excommunicating out individuals that are not really going to be able to grow with you. And, your life has become a lot more simple because of it. And you feel great. You don't have to, because your body knows, your body knows, your existence knows when you're around dysfunctional people. You feel it. You don't feel really good when you are around dysfunctional people, right? You take on a kind of drain or slothfulness or a kind of a slowness when you're around dysfunctional people, or you keep those type of people around you. And so this is a situation for you, Aries, where what you've got going on pretty much is, like I said, you did your spring cleaning. You're probably still doing spring cleaning for some of you, Aries. And because of it, you're going to move forward, and you're probably going to progress even faster without those individuals, because sometimes those individuals do most definitely slow down our progress. I remember getting a call from the publishing company, right? Back then when I didn't know how to self-publish, from the publishing company 3 days after I stopped hanging out officially with the people that I used to hang out with. That was the last time that I hung out with them as a group, was in 2013, my birthday, August 27th, like I talked about, 2013. It's always gonna be the same, because I'm telling the truth. You know what I mean? I don't have to lie. Why lie? So August 27th, 2013, specifically my birthday, 2013, the year, I pretty much basically, uh, that was the last time that I hung out with them. In essence, this was the last time that I hung out with them. And the thing about it is that the Nine of Pentacles here for you, Aries, represents, like I said, you're going to progress. And then the Seven of Wands represents the getting, like the excommunicating them, right? In essence, what you're doing is, it doesn't even matter if it's a person or a situation or a habit that you used to do, or situation that popped up that you needed to go address. It was something that you knew you had to go handle your business of, because if you just sat back and allowed it to just be whatever it's going to be, then you would not actually be in a position that you Aries were in now, where you feel good about who you are now and where you're becoming. And I mean, this could be as simple as something as a few days ago, a week ago. It doesn't matter. You still made some form of progress within that given week, due to the fact that, you Aries actually understood what it is that you're trying to do. And you Aries also understand to not let people who would be around you, because like you would have people who would be around you, and what they would do is they would just start pulling all types of stupid antics, to, you know what I mean? Now you got to slow down your progress. You find out this one has been, handcuffed. Now they trying to call you to bail them up on out. These individuals, it's like this stuff slows down your progress, because it's like, What are they doing? They're putting themselves in stupid situations intentionally to get you to lower your vibration and to get you, Aries, to slow down just so that they can feel good about themselves. Like, it's stupid. And so you're not doing that anymore. Watch how high up you fly, right? Watch how high on the totem pole you get now that you don't have that weight, that ball and chain weighing you down, tied to your ankle, right? And so now you have the 10 of Pentacles here. And again, you feel fulfilled. You feel full because you actually have so much to be thankful for. You Aries have so much to feel abundant over. And because of that, you're in a place where what you've got going on is you Aries are in a place where you really feel amazing, and the people that you have around you are all suited and booted. These are individuals who have things going on for themselves and who don't look at other people like they can like they can, I wouldn't, yeah, overly rely is a good one, but it doesn't really fit the form of what I'm trying to say. Those individuals where you're around individuals that are not lazy and do not look to other people like a come up while not seeking advancement or progress themselves. So these are individuals who are looking for progress because that's essentially what they're looking for. They want progress because they love it, right? Iron sharpening iron. And so now the 10 of Cups here is about how it's it's kind of like American Kickboxing Academy, in California, right? In California, where you had Cain Velasquez and Daniel Cormier, right? And stuff like this. And at some point, Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? Training on and off there, right? And the skater, Luke Rockhold. Yes, I really do watch UFC, but training there at how at one point they were the best gym, right? They in essence they were the best gym because again, iron sharpening iron. These were great individuals that were great. They knew how to get into the octagon and win. And then you bring these people in a gym practicing against each other, you have tight competition. And so, and I don't mean competition in the sense that they're sizing each other up. They are trying to get better as friends. You understand what I'm saying? As teammates, as friends, as colleagues, as compadres, right? Companions. And iron sharpening iron. And so the 10 of Cups here and the 8 of Cups for you, Aries, right, is a representation about how, and this is exactly the kind of environment that you Aries feel good about. And it's exactly the kind of environment that you Aries essentially want to be. And so now you're in a place where the 8 of Cups here represents how you're in a place where, you've walked away from individuals that don't want to really get better, right? Because it comes a point where what are you getting better for? And it's like you look back at spiritually, obviously not physically, but spiritually, you look back at all the progress you've made and then you kind of look at it and then you say, you done did all this stuff to get to this point, right? All the situations you done been through, and then you look and then you look back at it and at situations that you've been through, and you're like, nah, let's keep moving forward because you figured you've done so much. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the resources. You let go of certain people, like the spring cleaning, like what I've been talking about that you Aries were doing. It's like, are you really going to go back, right? And you can't go back even if you wanted to, because you doing spring cleaning is you essentially kind of like, metaphorically speaking, burning bridges, right? Like you've made distinctions. You've essentially set yourself apart from individuals who don't want to keep progressing in life. So even if you were to go back and to try to kind of figure out a way to downplay yourself, it's not going to, I'm telling you from personal experience, it's not going to work. Because I did that. I tried that before, right? They wouldn't accept me even if I tried to be just like them. They wouldn't accept. Different, you know, different. The police would roll up, because sometimes the police be wild. The police just look at you, and they look at you a certain kind of way. Police will look at all my friends, give them the stink eye. They would look at me and just give me a different kind of look and keep it moving. I'm like, and I'm hanging out with them. They you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's a different breed. It really is. And so a lot of you Aries are not trying to go back because you've come too far. You've given too much. You've progressed too far. Like this is what I'm trying to say. Like there's a point in which you can stop. There's a point where if you progress, you can stop. And this is what a lot of people do. This is why a lot of the times people are so not interested in gaining knowledge. Is because they're not trying to reach that point. They're still trying to have room for being able to go back and like kind of like Matrix plug themselves back in. There's a certain point where it's like you get to a point where you kind of fulfilled what being a human is supposed to be, and then you get to a point where it's beyond that now when you keep going, if you keep going. But once you're at that point, you can turn back if you want to a certain extent. Now, not all the way. You'll never be able to turn back all the way because you've still gone too far, but you can turn back to a certain extent. You Aries are well beyond that point at this point. You're well beyond that point at this point. So it's like it's the same thing when it comes to me and my progress. I can't stop. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have gone way too far. I have gone exceedingly too far. What I mean when I say exceedingly too far, I mean even in my own neighborhood, to kind of prove my point, I barely see those individuals because I go outside to walk my dog, or I go run, or go work out, right? I go to work out, I go walk my dog, I go for a run or something like this. But to say stand outside for long amounts of time in my neighborhood, I don't do that. I go outside with a purpose every time. I'm not just gonna go outside and just start standing around just to you know what I mean? No offense, but no disrespect to anybody in my neighborhood, but to interact with the locals. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have a purpose when I step outside. So it's like it's that sense where I've gone way too far. So now when they see me, it's like I ain't seen you in a minute, and it's like there's so much that I kind of want to tell them, but at the same time, it's like I just think to myself, and you're not really going to really see me because this occupies a lot of my time. I'm on my purpose. In essence, I'm on my purpose. So it's like you're not really going, like, no, again, like no disrespect to any one of them, but it's like you're not going to see me. You know what I mean? You're not, and this is no disrespect, not going to see me. And so it's the same situation for you. The Knight of Swords and the Lovers here just represents how, so you got to essentially love yourself, because now is the point where loving yourself comes into importance now more than ever. You Aries have crossed that point a long time ago. I would say that you Aries crossed that point of no return about a year ago in 2024. You're well beyond that point of no return, or return specifically. So yeah, let's clarify the Lovers. Now, the only type of people that you can really even be compatible with are people who are on par with you at this point. Like okay, to show and prove my point, right? To show and prove that this is not like some fictitious thing, right? If you were to get with a person that couldn't have this kind of discussion with you, or shallow, it would annoy you because you couldn't, because you Aries can't go back to that. You can't, it would annoy you. You would be like, yo, you wouldn't be with that person for a long time. Or depending on who you Aries are, if they make themselves useful to you, you might use them. You might end up using them, but like you're not actually really going to take them seriously. And it doesn't have anything to do with intelligence, but because you just see them as individuals that can't really see you. So you wouldn't appreciate the fact that they're in a relationship with you, but then they can't see you. You understand? So to clarify the lovers, you have the Magician, then you have the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, you have the Emperor, then you have the Eight of Pentacles, and then you have the Four of Cups. So this is a situation for you where what you've got going on essentially is you, Aries, are in a place spiritually, like I said, where the Magician, you can create whatever you want at this point. Like whatever your life is, what it is that you set the agenda for to create. And then the Queen of Swords and the Emperor represents, you're not even holding a grudge. It's not even a point where it's like, those people that you may have let go may have taken it personally, but it's not a personal thing. That's another aspect of what I'm talking about too. That lets you know that you're past beyond the point of return, right? It's when you let go of people because they cannot grow. No, I want to get this right. When you let go of people because they refuse to grow. I've let go of a lot of, me personally, let me tell you, Aries, something. I sometimes in the past will stop hanging out with people. And it's not even a personal thing where I feel a certain kind of disliking towards them. It's not even about that. It's the fact that they are not growing anymore and they are content staying in this disposition. And me understanding, like what I told you, they're good for this because this is their forte. But growing and wanting more growth, they're not going to be able to keep up. So I essentially let them be that. And they found new friends, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's growth that's there. And the same situation with you, the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Cups here for you, for you Aries, this being a place for you Aries where, again, like, so you feel good about it. It's just that it's at a point now where, how are you going to maintain it in a sense that how are you going to like, your social life is going to become different is the point that I'm making. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 29,900, I think. I haven't looked at it in a few hours, but smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. If you Aries want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below called the Linktree link. My video game link is also right underneath the Linktree link as well. Go ahead and check it out. It's for the iOS. It's for $1. Really appreciate it if you would check it out. Shout outs to all the people that have bought the video game and played it. Really appreciate it. Said this before and I'll say it again. If there was no you, there would be no me. So peace. Have a good one.